You're tuned in to Oilers Nation every day with Tyler Yaremchuk, live every weekday on the Nation Network YouTube.
It's a Nation Vacation edition of Oilers Nation Everyday. We are live in Toronto for Oilers versus Maple Leafs, and that's the big theme of the show. Let's get into it with the lead. Today's show is also brought to you by Dildo Brewing out in out in Newfoundland.
In Dildo, Newfoundland.
In Dildo, Newfoundland. Our pal Mainlander Tim, who is here on the Nation Vacation, dropped us off a healthy amount of those, and we are slowly getting into them.
Would you say we have a room full of dildos?
We do. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the cooler, 3 on the shelf behind us, and 4.
There's a bunch of empty dildos. I don't even know what that means, but there's a bunch of them.
It's a really tasty beer. So shout out to Mainlander Tim for providing the bevies for today's edition of Oilers Nation Every Day. Tyson is in, says, Jay's rocking the backwards jersey. Love to see Ekholm represented. QF Pro just said, why is Jay wearing his jersey backwards?
I play for the name on the front and not the crest on the back. Thank you very much.
Welcome into the show. It's a Sherwood Ford Giant Game Day edition of things, and we are live on the Nation Network YouTube. Scotty91 got the first comment. I'm finally first. He says, real comment, though. Oilers win 6-2. McDavid goal. Hyman with a pair in a bounce-back game. And it is kind of funny that we're talking about a matchup tonight. Connor McDavid may be looking for a bounce back, but that doesn't mean the win against the night against
he's
Boston
on the schneid, eh?
On the schneid a little bit.
Connor's on the schneid.
Last game was just the second time this season that McDavid was held to under 2 shots and pointless in a game. Just the second time this year. He hasn't been held shotless all season, actually, which I find hilarious. But yeah, Connor McDavid may be looking for a bounce back, but the Oilers are looking for another win on this road trip. They looked, that was an impressive win against the Bruins. We didn't have you on the show yesterday. What were your thoughts on that?
Well, sometimes a good leader just, gives the stage to the other actors in the show. And that was a big win. So Connor took a step back, focused maybe on the defensive side of the game. Let guys like Bush, who we needed to get going.
Yeah, we did.
That was huge. Finally, shot on net, and scores. That was great to see.
Take some kahunas to fire the puck like that
on a 4-on-1. I know. I tweeted him. I basically tweeted exactly that the minute he did it. Like, you better make your shot, but then he did. So in hindsight, love it. So that was a very good gutsy win. Going down 2-0 against Boston, the Boston Bruins, the post-trade deadline Boston Bruins, that is.
Loaded, yeah.
Yeah, that are just loaded to the gills. For us to go down 2 and just stay in it, Skinner was like, there was just, we were a little we played good, but we were kind of still a little leaky. But then we just took over play in periods 2 and 3. It was so reassuring and refreshing to see. And also momentum building, we beat the best team in the league. Now we're coming to play apparently the best team in the world in the Toronto Maple Leafs, if you ask people from Toronto. And we've got some momentum. The boys are buzzing like that. The wins like that, that stays with you. So I'm very excited for the big stage tonight at the Scotiabank Arena now. I can't remember. Is that what it's called? Is that what they call it these days? I'm excited to see what happens. I just expect an amazing performance from the Oilers because they must be reeling from that victory.
Sherwood Ford Giant Game Day edition of the show, but also an AMA Travel Nation Vacation edition of the show as we are hanging out in Toronto. We're going to be up in the Gondola Suite for tonight's game. 5 o'clock Mountain Puck drop, 7 o'clock Eastern. Jay's taking a trip up to the top of the CN Tower.
A little windy up there. It is chilly.
Yeah, it's a wet cold out here. Oh. You feel it a little bit.
Yeah, so crazy weather in Toronto yesterday.
No sun either. It's weird.
Well, yeah, it's gloomy here, but it was like wet snow all day yesterday. So unfortunately, the flight landed a little bit later because of the weather here in Toronto. But people got off that plane running, they hit the streets running. We had a great night last night.
Yeah, we had a good night.
Yeah, everyone, like I said, bus came to the hotel. Everyone got checked in fast. People went into the rooms, threw their bags in the rooms, and are back in the lobby in 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was a bag check.
Everyone,
you could tell because we got stuck on the tarmac in Edmonton, and then we got stuck waiting for our gate in Toronto.
Yeah.
And granted, shout out to Porter Airlines because it's complimentary beverages
that helps.
The flight. That helps. But people were itching to get off that plane and itching to get their night started.
I could sense it. I got everyone pre-checked in. I made the mistake of putting my credit card down as a security deposit for all the rooms, so I shouldn't have said that publicly. But I wanted to get everyone their keys. So
Jay, what's this $30,000 charge on my room?
I am canceling my credit card right after this show. Just as a
we
layer of
could
protection.
get into the mini bar.
Oh my God. Things I regret saying for 100 Alex. But anyways, people got off the bus, checked in, and we went to the Loose Moose last night, and everyone just got after it, had a good time, a lot of laughs. Everyone starts feeling it. Got up early this morning, got on the mimosa train, had some good breakfast, some laughs. Now some people are adventuring the city. We're shooting a little content. We're going to join the team here, and then we're going to start pre-gaming, and I can't wait.
I like this one in the comment section from Tristan, who says Matthews might block a shot tonight. Hey, that's what he's best at. You want to be on the lookout for that.
Selke Matthews, he's focusing on his defense now, guys. He's proven he's a goal scorer, so now he's going to focus. They did show he's a real good two-way player, right? Is that the narrative now?
Yeah, that's the narrative that they're reaching for in Toronto. But we had a good night last night in the 6. And we were up bright and early today. Well, not really bright and early, but we were up getting ready.
I got up at 9:30 Eastern, which is like 7:30.
Yeah.
I did something I haven't done in a long time. I was out till 2:30 a.m., which is 12:30 back home, but still, that's late for me anyways.
Yeah. BM and I were sitting in the room after, and we were like, I feel like I still got more juice in me. And it's daylight savings tonight.
We spring ahead.
Yeah, we spring ahead.
Which is exciting. It's always a nice sign, the spring ahead. No, it lets you know summer's coming. Yeah. Were you in your rooms last night being like, man, I'm thirsty. I wish I had some water?
So it's, again, 2:30 in the morning. We get back to the room. This is probably more of like a real life story. But Jay walks in. He's like, hey, guys, you good? Yeah. And then he just grabs the water off of our nightstand and is like, well, good night. Came in, stole our water, dipped.
I was thirsty.
Yeah. Whatever. I had some left, so I'm not.
Well, Tyler obviously got straight on the tap waters. Didn't even see that there was
tap water's
complimentary water in your room here at the Royal York.
Yeah, that's fine.
High alkaline, high pH water. You know what that does?
Helps you recover.
Gets you W's.
Let's talk about the Oilers searching for a W tonight. We were fantasizing before going live about how much fun tonight could be if the Oilers can go out and get a big 2 points.
Will be unbearable.
Yeah, probably. But that's the fun of watching your team on the road. Oilers versus Leafs. These are two teams that are actually playing pretty good hockey as of late. They each have points in 7 of their last 10. The Oilers are 6-3-1. The Leafs are 7-3 straight up. These are how these two sides compare on the season as a whole. In the last month, the Oilers are first in the NHL in goals for per game, but all the way down at 27th in goals against. The Leafs are 12th in goals for and 5th in goals against per game. So they loaded up their blue line at the deadline. Think about,
they have like 900 defensemen.
They do. They swapped Sandin for Gustafsson. They went and got Jake McCabe from Chicago. They went and got Luke Shen from Vancouver as well. They're healthy scratching 2 or 3 NHL quality defensemen every night. I do believe they're going 11-7 this evening with Ryan O'Reilly, one of their big deadline ads, out for a month with a hand injury. But the point I'm making with all of this is that the Leafs have been very good over the last month.
They should go 9-9.
I mean, I think there'd be something to that.
You know what's annoying when you play men's league and you have too many guys and you have to play with more than 40 and you have like the 50 or the 60
awkwardly rotating.
Oh man. And so that'd be their situation in that scenario.
Yeah.
They'd be annoyed.
Yeah, it'd be too many cooks in the kitchen.
Way too many.
Yeah, but the Leafs could be going 11-7. Like I said, Ryan O'Reilly out of the lineup. They are expected to go with Matt Murray between the pipes.
Thank you.
When you look at his last 5 games as a whole, it's decent. 15 goals against in that span. But when you take it a step further and go game by game, it's actually been 3 straight starts for Matt Murray where he's allowed 4 goals against, including a game last week where he allowed 4 goals on 8 shots and was ultimately yanked. So his numbers have not been good as of late. That leads me to believe the Oilers can probably get their offense going after scoring 3 goals against the Boston Bruins, who were also very stingy defensively. They were also top 10 on the month in goals against per game. Opposite Matt Murray tonight is expected to be Stuart Skinner. Jack Campbell, when speaking to the media in Toronto, said he's kind of disappointed to not be playing in this game, his homecoming of sorts back in the city where he established his NHL career. Do you feel for Jack Campbell, or as Bag Milk just said off mic, just stop some pucks and you would have gone?
Jack, I'm sorry. You had your chance. I know in those certain circumstances, we do owe those types of opportunities. But dude, man,
points are important.
We have not been playing good as of late, and that's just a reality. And I really believe you can get it back on the rails, dude. But we got to get the W here in Toronto. Like this win means a lot for a lot of reasons. So we got to play our best hand, Skinner and net. Because if Murray's going to let in 4, we can't let in 5.
Yeah, and that's a good point. I look at it as, it is an Eastern Conference game, so it's not a 4-point swing.
Buddy, hey. Every game technically is 4 points. You want to know why? Because the teams above us won't stop winning.
Yeah. Again, if you would have let me finish my point,
I insist I interrupt you.
But yeah, I mean, I just don't think you can risk it. And I said, I was doing a radio hit yesterday, and I said, all of Jack Campbell's starts from here on out are no longer in the name of getting Campbell going. That ship has sailed this year.
Giving Skinner rest.
It's giving Skinner rest. And for Jack Campbell, you can get your game sorted on the offseason at this point. And it's unfortunate that in year 1 of a $25 million contract, this is where we're at already. And I don't have any faith he's going to bounce back this season, and that's just the straight truth of it. He doesn't look good. You're writing off year 1 of this contract. We'll be back in year 2 with Jack Campbell. He's relegated to not just the 1B spot, the firm backup position right now. And Stuart Skinner's your guy, and Stuart Skinner has earned the opportunity to be the guy. This isn't a situation where he's just getting these starts because he's the lesser of two evils or anything like that. This guy's been good at 283 goals against average, a 913 save percentage, and he's consistent. When we were in the Mike Smith, Mikko Koskinen era, what did we always say? Give us a guy who's consistently above like 905, 906. Yeah. Stuart Skinner's been exactly that. Over his last 5 appearances, he's been above a 920 in 3 of those 5. And even in the other 2 games, he only allowed 3 goals against. His save percentage was just below 900 because he didn't face a ton of rubber. So it's been 5 straight games for Stuart Skinner where he's allowed 3 or less goals. It's actually longer than that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight games for Stuart Skinner where he's allowed 3 or less goals. This guy,
Murray lets in 4, Skinner lets in 3.
It's a 4-3 win. We bet the over. We bet the Oilers money line. Connor McDavid picks up 2 points. Boom, show over. Talk to everybody.
And we have a great night on the town in TO.
We do have a great night on the town in TO. So there you go. Show's done.
Simple math. Yeah. It writes itself, really.
It's that easy. Yeah. Give us your game day predictions in the Nation Network YouTube chat. X-Rod says, Jay is so hammered, he's wearing his jersey backwards. We're actually on our first beers.
This is my first beer. It's my first dildo of the day, to be honest. Full disclosure. Actually, no, I had a mimosa for breakfast. I don't want to lie to you.
Really?
Yeah, it was delicious.
Bougie. Vacation vibes.
Well, we're at the Royal York. I'm hanging out with some great people, and I'm just kind of following their lead. So mimosas were ordered, and I said, One for me too, please.
I'm in. Okay, I don't mind that at all. Someone asked, Be Clean, is there going to be a real life episode today? We might. I feel like we're crossing off a lot of the conversation points on this show. There might be a better late than never coming at some point. Or
maybe the live show should be pushed out as a real life podcast, and we just 2 birds stoned.
I mean, that'd be messing with people, but sure, we could. Be Clean says 7+ beers per 60. What's the BPP tonight? I think it's a solid 2. Man. The problem is in the rink, I know they're going to be really expensive.
I'm a kid in a candy store. And when I'm like that, I just don't even see anything. I just give me. We got here, like, I don't know. I'm very excited because we as people from Edmonton are going to be going into the Scotiabank Arena to watch the Oilers versus the Leafs. It's like tough to get tickets to this. My friend who lives in Toronto, he was given tickets from someone who has season seats because he wanted to come and play with us. He can go sell his 2 tickets right now for like $1,500 a ticket.
I would do that if I was him.
I'm like, dude, do it. And then we'll smuggle you into the box and then you can pay your mortgage for the next 3 months.
Mortgage in Toronto? That doesn't
he lives like out. Like he went, like he's out of the periphery, but like it's insane. So like this is actually a pretty cool opportunity because our partners in AMA they get us access to stuff. They help us organize things. So I'm just I'm going to be a little kid today. Like I am going to be a little kid. I'm going to be going there as if I'm like 18 years old on an Oilers playoff run. And so my BPP is, I don't know, but it's going to be floored. And we also have delicious food in our box. We're in a box. Yeah. This is crazy. Which there's duck fat potatoes. Have you ever had those, Tyler? Duck fat potatoes?
No. And
they're potatoes with duck fat.
And there's like a really good chicken. There's steak on the menu.
I know, it's insane.
I'm going to be crushing steak tonight. Unbelievable.
I know. So it's a very cool experience. There's going to be 46 of us piled into this giant gondola box, and I'm very excited and very grateful. But I am also going to be a 17-year-old child.
19-year-old child.
19-year-old child. Yes, bet responsibly.
Remember, I have my pro serves now, so I got to be on the lookout for that.
Are you going to kick me out of the bar? Are you going to kick me out of the box, Tyler?
Oilers versus Leafs. So the big storyline when these two go head to head, once again, is a Sherwood Ford Giant game day. The big storyline when you're here in Toronto and it's the Oilers, it's Connor McDavid back in Toronto playing.
He loves coming and loves leaving even better.
Yeah, here are his numbers against the Toronto Maple Leafs in his career. 20 games played, 28 points in that span, averages a goal every second game for the most part. Yeah, I mean, he's been solid against the Leafs. You think back to earlier this season, a couple weeks ago, whatever it was, when they met, 3-point night for Connor McDavid.
Didn't he have like 2 goals in 5 seconds?
Yeah, like he was a monster against the Leafs. I did kind of find it interesting how he tried to throw some cold water on this thing. He was asked about coming back to Toronto. He has said, like, a lot of my friends have moved away. My brother's out of town. No one really circled this one.
He loves to shit on Toronto. Like,
he likes to troll
subtly.
them a bit. Yeah.
Oh, it's great. And he's drinking some of the North Saskatchewan. Like he's on our side. And
he's a prairie boy.
And when you see comments like that, like obviously, like whatever. I don't even care if it's theater. I just love it. It fills my cup as an Oilers fan, as a proud Edmontonian. And he's going and saying those things, dumping on Toronto, just makes it electric. Now we just need him to take that trollness to the ice.
I read a comment.
What's the comment? Well, I want him to take his troll game to the ice and get 2 goals.
Yeah.
And us to win 4-3.
And do the little finger wag celebration and all that. That'd be unbelievable. Kenneth Mark Holland, mimosas and duck fat potatoes, Sasky card revoked. I mean, to be fair, you're also like crushing afternoon.
Ever had a dildo lager, brother? Buddy, I crushed taco in a bag. I probably single-handedly brought taco in a bag to Edmonton. So don't tell me about Sasky card, bro. I got you. I got pill in my veins. And right now, a dildo in my hand.
Joey, the backup optimist, said, early start to the show. We said yesterday. We could not have been more clear. The show was starting an hour early today at 11 o'clock.
You can watch it. It's appointment viewing, too. You don't have to, it's on-demand viewing. You can watch it anytime you want.
But then you don't get the experience of the chat. That's a big draw for people.
I know. I do enjoy the chat because people can cheer me for losing my Sasky card.
There you go.
Mortlach, Lax, Saskatchewan. Look at it on a map.
X-Rod, Connor McDavid, the hero we need. Absolutely looking for as weird as it sounds, a bounce back from Connor McDavid.
He's on the schneid.
Again, just the second time this year, the game against Boston was, that he was held to under 2 shots and no points in a game. So Connor McDavid is going to be hungry here tonight against the Toronto Maple Leafs. We'll dig in to our giant keys to victory in just a second here. But first, some more head-to-head stats for these two. In the last 5 seasons in this matchup, the Oilers have actually struggled 5-10-1 in that span. The Canadian division year, they were 3-5-1. So even if you take that out, 2-5-0 in that span is not exactly ideal. So Edmonton, although they won this year, have struggled along a little bit in this matchup recently. Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, though, have not. They've combined for 39 points in 16 games. McDavid actually missed one of those games as well. So 39 points in 16 games for the Oilers' dynamic duo against the Leafs. 14 goals. That's 37% of the Oilers' goals in this head-to-head matchup have come from McDavid and Draisaitl in the last 5 years. The big problem for the Oilers against the Leafs over the last 5 years, and in general this season, last month, however you want to look at it, it's the penalty kill, Jay, and that's going to be my giant key to victory. In that 5-10-1 span against the Leafs, the Oilers' PK is 58%. It's in the bottom third of the NHL on the season as a whole, and in the last month of play, the Oilers' penalty kill ranks 29th in the NHL. Their power play's third. That's awesome. The penalty kill is actively costing you hockey games right now. It needs to be better than 29th, and this is a Leafs power play that is arguably just as lethal as the Oilers.
How dare you?
Well, it's 4th in the last month. It's right up there with the Oilers.
Is it first?
The Oilers aren't first. They're 3rd in the last month.
Whatever.
On the year as a whole, the Oilers are first. But in the last month, the Leafs power play is humming along really nicely. Their PK is also top 10 and 6th in the last 30 days. The special teams battle is going to be important, I would suspect, in this hockey game. I feel like the Oilers power play will get theirs because it always kind of does, but it's going to be the PK. That's my key to victory tonight. You can't let the Leafs pick up 2 goals on the power play, hanging Stuart Skinner out to dry. Stay out of the box. That's an obvious one, but you got to kill the penalties when you take them because I feel like you are. The Leafs skate well. They create chances well. As much as we laugh about them being the center of the hockey universe, they are a really damn good hockey team. They're going to get their looks with the man advantage. You need to stop them. If you go 100% on the PK, you don't lose this hockey game.
It's tough to, like, what do you want me to say after that?
What's your key to victory? I don't know.
I want my boy here, Ekholm,
Matty X,
EK14, AK14, to just exact his defensive dominance on these Leafs. Just be that prick.
Yeah.
Keep making Bush a better player. Daryl, keep getting Daryl where he's going. He had a better game in Boston. Just be that prick that we want you to be, especially against the team we don't like very much in the Toronto Maple Leafs. And also a key to victory, which I never would normally say this is a key to victory, but given the circumstance, Connor Supernova Connor.
Hell yeah.
Let's
That'd
go.
Be so much fun tonight to watch him go off.
Hat trick.
Some stranger says would be cool if Connor McDavid hit the 60-goal mark in Toronto. I don't.
That would be a trolling.
I don't think we're getting that, considering he'd need 6 to hit that mark.
Well, I mean, someone back home's making $1 million too.
Lance says 6 goals, McDavid. Davin says the Leafs are definitely scoring 4, but we're scoring 5. Scotty91, we're 10-4 against Atlantic teams this year. Let's make it 11-4 tonight. Isaiah asks, where's bagged milk? He's right there. He's just sitting.
Yeah, I see him. He's right there.
Grinding away. I can still see the room number written on his hand as well, which is an old bagged milk trick for the road. But we'll discuss that probably on another show. Epiphany, I'm thinking Bush needs to score again just on principle. Sure. Be clean. Shout out to Liam wherever he may be. I don't know where Liam is today.
Probably enjoying a banana cheesecake because it is Saturday morning.
It's a Wednesday. Yeah, it is. His cheesecake's a Wednesday.
I know about banana cheesecake.
Tyson says, never bet against McDavid. If he wants 6 goals, he will get 6 goals.
100%.
And our pal Yash is in. I'm predicting a 5-3 Oilers win. Connor gets 2. Kane gets another. Leafs tie the game going into the third. Leon on the power play early in the third from his spot. Bush at the empty net. Bush at the empty net is a bold take. Maybe a power play empty net goal kind of night. Shout out, Liam.
I didn't bet on the puck line last game.
Oh, I would have been pissed. Oh my
God, Nugent McDavid.
How do you not?
Puck line, Jesus, come on.
That would have been a nice.
Like, we got the W, so I don't care, and I bet money line. But like, I'm thinking about all the ones that chase the juice in the puck line. I felt for you. That would have been
a big one for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins on his quest to 40 as well.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, Nuge, I love him.
Well, you said it. You bet the money line last game, and you were correct. You were the only one of the 3 to nail your bet last game. So, Aaron, hit that button. Let's talk a little betting. Here's what we got laid out tonight. Liam is, again, not around for today's show. He said, quote, people want to see the guys in Toronto, not me. So he sat this one out. He's keeping it simple. He's going Oilers money line at a nice crisp. I think it's even money there. Yeah, nice crisp. Plus 100 or 2.00 if you're on the decimal system.
Now I understand you.
Yeah, there you go. So Liam's going with the straight money line. Jay, I'm going to go Oilers money line, McDavid plus 1.5, over 1.5 points, plus 200. Solid. I like that spot. I think McDavid will get going. I think the Oilers keep their hot streak running. They matched up well against the Leafs a couple weeks ago when they had Ryan O'Reilly. Now they don't. And then I saw your bet, and I was like, God damn, that's.
I just sprinkled a little juicy layer to it.
Yeah, you went a little more. One more step.
Well, as you can see by my record and also my unit total, I have a hole I need to dig out of. And the only way to dig out of a hole is to dig up and to go even bigger and chase juicier things. So Oilers money line over 6.5 because Murray's going to let in 4. We're going to let in 3. 7 over 6.5. See, math checks out.
Yep.
I was going to go Connor 2 goals, but then I got scared. I don't know why I got scared. I went Connor 2 points, still 5-1. Juicy juice.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. There you go.
Sorry, I shouldn't say if. When we win, like, that's the recipe.
Yeah.
Right there.
That's fair. Shout out to our friends at Betway 19+. Please play responsibly. Let's wrap up the show and with a little bit of lineup talk. Our lineup report brought to you by Sherwood Ford and their mobile service department. Check out more info in the description of today's episode. Top line for the Oilers, Connor McDavid with Evander Kane and Zach Hyman. Leon Draisaitl with Nugent-Hopkins and Yamamoto. Kai, Dry, and Rye. I actually thought they had a pretty good game against the Boston Bruins. I thought they controlled play for some stretches, but that game against Boston, Jay, was all about the bottom 6. Nick Bukestad with Warren Fogle and Matthias Janmark. Ryan McLeod with Derek Ryan and
maybe the
Shore.
Hottest 4th line in the NHL at the moment.
Devin Shore put on number 19 and became an all-star.
He is now Steve Yzerman.
there was some people talking in the chat, oh, do you try to get Klim Kostin back in the mix? You can't disrupt that bottom six the way it's going right now. They're too good.
I know it's like, yes, I want Klim in the lineup, but like that fourth line is like, they just don't, they're buzzsaws.
They are.
And they're creating, like, they're a pain in the ass to play against,
and they get
they
that
don't
cycle going, and it's just
it's vicious. Also, I want to shout out Evander Kane. I felt like he had his motor going against Boston.
He was humming.
He had his legs going, which is good to see, because like this, you know, he's a big guy, like, and he can move. So if he's skating good, like that was a really good sign for me to see. So I was excited to see that. Fogel still like probably needs to get a breakaway skills coach. But aside from that, but aside from that, like he's still a visible factor. So like he's being a consistent, full, like well-rounded player. So like there's a lot of interesting development happening this season with our roster, with players now kind of taking a step or getting more comfortable or finding their games. And it's happening at a really great time. And it's allowing us to go into places like Boston and win, and come into places like Toronto and win.
Yeah. It's unfortunate for a guy like Klim Kostin, because I think when he's in, he's very impactful.
Yeah.
But this is just a product of depth. Guys are going to get slotted out. Devon Shore's playing great hockey. You're not going to take him out. But hey, this Devon Shore heater, whatever you want to call it, is not going to last forever.
And if it does, I'm game.
Well, yeah, but like he's going to have an off night.
You don't like Devon Shore.
So then you swap him out, you bring in Klim Kostin, and now what it does is it creates that internal competition, right? We're like, hey, Klim Kostin, you better play your best hockey, because you don't want to be taken out of the lineup. And it brings the best out of guys. I feel like the Oilers kind of lacked that even last season in their bottom six, when there was no
depth.
There was no depth. There wasn't that internal competition.
Yeah.
A guy like Warren Fogle, he should know right now that, hey, if I'm not hitting, if I'm not forechecking, creating turnovers, doing all that, all those little things, all the effort-based things, I can come out of the lineup and I might not get back in for 2 weeks. Like it could happen. So I think it keeps everyone at their best when you have this extra layer of insulation.
Well, you got Kostin, who is definitely roster worthy.
Yeah.
And you have Holloway as well. Like when he's healthy, like he's going to be vying for your spot too. So you're right. That healthy competition, like these guys got to work to stay in the lineup, to preserve their careers, their next contracts, all that stuff. So it's a very kind of, you're right, a healthy situation. So, and we're seeing the results.
Remember when everyone, or not everyone, when the Twitter mob was shitting on Holland for giving Devon Shore a second year? Probably good that he did. The Leafs lineup tonight. Austin Matthews is maybe starting to get going in the right direction. 5 points, 3 goals in his last 5 games. He was on the Leafs top line with Mitch Marner and Alexander Kerfoot. Mitch Marner has been their best player on the year as a whole. He's got 8 points in his last 5, and on the season, 23 goals and 56 assists. Sam Lafferty, one of their deadline pickups, he's centering the second line with Calle Yaremchuk and William Nylander. Over a point a game in his last 5 as well. William Nylander's been excellent this year, and that's a guy who's going to get paid right away.
Is he up this like after this year, or
no,
one more?
After next
year. He can sign an extension
He's
after that. Okay.
eligible.
Yeah.
John Tavares on the third line with Michael Bunting. They do not have a winger with them because they're going 11-7. David Kampf with Noel Achari and Zach Aston Reese. The D pairings for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Jake McCabe with TJ Brody. I expect that duo to see a lot of Connor McDavid in this hockey game. That's their shutdown duo.
Yeah, Jake's a bit of a prick too, so that'll be interesting to see how that develops and who kind of gets in the mix with that guy.
Morgan Riley with Eric Gustafson, Mark Giordano with Timothy Liljegren, Justin Hall listed as the 7th defenseman.
We like Justin Hall.
Oh, yeah, because he's terrible.
Justin Hall's probably scared to play tonight because he knows the Nuge is on the other team.
I'm surprised they aren't just playing Shen over Hall. But
I thought I read somewhere that Shen might be drawing in tonight.
What did Masters tweet? I'll double check it. But you're right. Hall versus
Jay Rosehill said that. Oh, he's the Shen insider. I'm excited to hang with Jay Rosehill. Speaking about our 15th birthday next Saturday. Former Leafs enforcer and Philadelphia Flyers enforcer, and overall good guy, and seems hilarious. Jay Rosehill will be joining us at the party.
And I'll be bartending, and there'll be prizes and giveaways and all that good stuff. It's going to be a really good time next Saturday if you want to
I hear you're going to be making some Grand Marnier shots.
Maybe. Delish. I can't wait. My mouth is salivating just thinking about having a little Grand Marnier.
Yeah. Do you want to mix it with your Di Serono?
Ooh, that'd be tasty.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be my signature drink next Saturday.
Ooh.
That'd be bougie. Dr. Gonzo, they're going 11-7, so maybe he's in it. It's either going to be Justin Hall or Luke Shen as the 7th D-man.
Justin Hall's scared. He's scared of the Nuge.
I think we get round 2 of that one? No way. No way.
Well, if he wants to save face, like... But like if he fights Nuge and Nuge embarrasses him again, like that's probably his career.
I think you have to go down to the American League.
Like that is your career. It's over.
Some people in the chat are saying it is going to be Hall. I don't know. D pairings to the Oilers, skipped over that. Would you work back in Philip Broberg tonight instead of Vinny? I would. I think the Leafs skate really well. I want the puck moving and the movement of Broberg. Plus, he's been sitting for a week. So get him back in. Like him and Vinny can work on that rotation. Also, I've been kind of going on about the depth or lack of depth on the right side. At some point, you're going to need to flip Kulak, Ekholm, or Broberg to their offside. So you might as well start seeing what you can do with that and how they look and who works best there. I say try it out. I go Broberg over Vinny tonight. That'd be the only lineup.
I mean, I hear you. But, we're going into, a game that could have some physicality to it. So just having the Pirate Man back there, Big Vinny, just gives me that peace, But I'm with you. I hear you. I'm with you.
We'll see. Yeah. We'll find out 30 minutes before the game and warm up is probably when we'll know about that, because I don't think Jay Woodcroft's going to tip his hand either way.
I am getting to the seats / our box an hour before puck drop.
I should do
I'm that excited.
I should do I'll pretend to be a beat reporter and I'll tweet out the lines with the view of them at warm up.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, there you go. Keep it locked on the Twitter. Jacob asks if Campbell's playing. No, it's Stuart Skinner going between the pipes for the Edmonton Oilers. What did I say? 7-6? Jacob,
my question to you is, do you want Campbell to start?
Probably not. He used another word in there. Actually, all he said was freaking, not the other. He didn't actually drop the hard F-bomb. So, yeah, we're good.
Just the soft F?
Yeah, just the soft F. But I'm going to assume that because of that, he doesn't want him to play. Jeff asks, is Campbell starting tonight? No. Anyone else got any questions about the Oilers goaltending tonight? Feel free to drop them in the chat. Land says you got to go 1 hour early. We will be in the suites 1 hour early.
I'm going as early as they will let me in.
Bag Milk's watching TikToks behind the scenes on full volume to try to throw us off. All right, giant key to victory. We crushed that out. We gave our Betway bets of the day. Hopefully, it is a big night for Connor McDavid. I'm feeling.
I mean, it has to be.
I feel like a highlight.
There is a buzz in this city, and it might just be us, just as the Oilers fans, and everyone else is scared. And there's a bunch of people around us, but I feel a buzz. I feel some energy here, and it's probably the fact that Connor McDavid staying in a hotel that's probably not too far away from us. I can feel him.
Feel his energy coming through the streets of Toronto. Sure.
Yes, sir.
All right. Once again, shout out to our pal Mainlander Tim for dropping off these bad boys and keeping us nice and hydrated for the bulk of the show. Like I said, we have 8 more of these tall boys to put back between the three of us.
You know what the secret to the Dildo Brewing and Museum Lager?
The museum intrigues me.
It's got flaked maize in it. That is the difference. I can taste
water,
it.
malted barley, flaked maize, hops, and yeast. Isn't maize corn?
And something about KY or something.
Oh, Jesus, man.
Anyways, these dildos are delicious.
Family show. All right, let's wrap this bad boy up. Once again, shout out to our friends at Sherwood Ford, the Giant, as well as Betway and AMA Travel, who makes all of our nation vacations possible. It is going to be a good day in Toronto, all because of our friends at AMA Travel, and hopefully a little bit because of our friend 97, Connor McDavid, and the Edmonton Oilers. Hopefully it's a dub tonight. Hopefully it is a dub tonight.
Cautiously optimistic.
One last comment. Jamie says, beers from the Rock. Love it, buys. I said that pretty well, I think, too.
Come From Away.
Yeah.
Great musical. Check it out.
All right, that's a wrap on today's show. Shout out to Aaron Bordato and Gavin, the intern behind the scenes as well, for making sure this broadcast went smoothly from all the way in Toronto. Enjoy the hockey game tonight. We'll be back on Monday, noon Mountain Time. We'll chat with you then.